Hi there, this is Natalie Merritt. I am going to be talking about my iOS programming of rock, paper, scissors. This is my showing of my code right now, and then I'll go into view controller and the signs in the game state. So let's go ahead and start with sign because that's what I began with. So basically what this is showing is for this function, every time that there's a statement between one and two, it's going to be checking the statement. Um, so basically, within this sign, it's showing gives us the computer. No, it gives us all the possibilities. It also gives the computer to generate randomly to put and also to put who the winner is. It also shows the emoji relative to the data. So the um, enum is to communicate to all the model of the data. And how I was doing that was basically showing stringing. So var, I made sure that the variable was constant by the emojis that I picked. So for rock, it's a fist. For paper, it's a pen. For scissors, it is the peace sign. So from there, the game state, it's a function we are using to self-refer itself with the opponent. Um, so basically, it's just saying if the opponent is equal to scissors, then it's a win. If the paper sign also equals to the rock, it wins. But if it's the same, it's a draw. And then same thing for scissors. If the opponent equals paper, return a win. If not, lose. So these are the options of how you can win. If not, it loses. So how I did that is based on the label. I had to make sure that I was using Command D. I mean Control D because I kept putting Control drag for basically in the view controller for what all the labels and what the buttons are doing in the play again button is. Um, so basically, I made sure that within my application, I made sure that the functions were chosen. Um, so I made, let's see. So during this, it's basically the functions that are choose. So when this is chosen, it's gonna pull out the rock. It also allows, so for every button that is chosen, there's an action upon it. And then for this one, it's going to be changing the background. So it's going to be hiding the button, the rock button, the paper. Once one of the play button is activated, I put a robot because that's what the instructions was showing on the top label. So even though we can see a label, it's going to be spitting out a robot. And here, I believe the code will say, I think the background will change. Um, but my code did stop there for some reason. Where I was also having difficulty was the robot tends to not be centered. So I made sure that the labels are all centered according to my eyes. So as you're winning, um, the background would turn to green. If you lose, it goes to red. If it draws back, it goes to purple. And then this is what the function is saying. So within the game, if what I picked is different from what the computer is saying, it's gonna show what I picked, and then the other ones aren't gonna show. Same way for the computer. This is allowing the computer to pick their own set of choice of what it wants to do, and then after once you play again, then it hides again. So how these work is within game state, I created rules. So within these rules, it's gonna start stringing itself, um, like, oh, return rock, paper, scissors, return you win, return you lose. Um, so, um, yeah, also I learned is that the GU program convents or what is stated within the label. So here, basically, what was kind of throwing me off too is right here when I was stating the variables. Um, Xcode or Swift is a little bit different because I'm used to C++ where you put the button in or the label and what the command does versus in Xcode, it's like status label, rock button, versus in C++, it's button or BTN for what the button is, and then rock. So that was throwing me off a little bit as I was doing this. Um, and then, so to start the game, the computer responds to know that something's happening. But yeah, so it's basically um, showing that all these Boolean value is that the variable is hidden right here. So let me go ahead and run my code or my, um, for some reason it does take a while for me. Let me pause it. Earlier I sent a photo of what the error screen was showing. Um, oh, that's all my stuff. Just waiting for it to load. Oh, it's right here, the simulator. So the app fails, so then I have to switch over to a different. I have to manually go into the app. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And there we go again. The robot is not centered again. So if I pick rock, I win. So back to my labels of what it was doing, and then it shows that I lost, and then it shows that I lost again. I lost again. I lost again. I'm trying to show purple. There you go. It's purple. Okay, this is my CS project, and thank you so much.